Good morning. Welcome to First Local for Friday, August the 6th. You're with Heidi and Colette. It is beautiful, and we have a special edition of interviews today.
Yes.
We'll tell you more about that, but we first need to go to our weather specialist, Craig Huckerby, for an update.
And thank you very much. And very quickly, we'll take a look at the weather for you. We have this front coming in right now. Expect to see some scattered showers and even some scattered thunderstorms developing this morning into our afternoon. A better shot in the afternoon. We see a blow up of systems coming along this way. So expect to see that roll into our forecast today. Going to be still muggy until this front passes through. You can see some shower activity working its way through the area right now, but there's still a lot more coming. And again, it's going to be a scattered pattern. We'll take a look at temperatures. Not bad, 24 degrees. That's basically seasonal, where we should be 18, a little cooler in Wawa. And again, we're all seeing some thunderstorm activity and some rain showers off and on for most of our day today. As we look at the systems for tomorrow, we have this high pressure system that's kind of keeping this at bay, but this cold front is going to pass through tonight, drop our temperatures just slightly for our day Saturday. We do have some clearing coming in for our day Saturday, which is a nice change, but we do move showers back in for Sunday. So this is what we look like for the next 12 hours for your morning. It's going to be a broken shower pattern. Temperatures 17 degrees, 24 in the afternoon. Winds are going to shift to the northwest from the southwest, and so that's when that front will push through, kicking off some small thunderstorms for your afternoon, also lasting into your evening. Otherwise, we're just going to stay cloudy. We'll take a look quickly at your 7-day forecast. It's not looking all that bad as far as temperatures go. We're staying in the mid-20s to the low 20s, or high 20s, I should say, but we do have a lot of shower activity working its way in. We have a series of low pressure systems coming from the west for next week, so it could be a very warm but wet week. That is your weather right now. Have a great weekend. Let's send it back to Heidi and Colette.
Thanks for that, Craig. The update's always appreciated. So, Sault Ste. Marie does boast a very broad range of artistic talent within our community. So today we are connecting with some local musicians. Christian Pasiak used to play in a local band called Aug6 and taught undergraduate level sociology at Carleton University. So we will go to Christian to tell us about what's on the horizon for him. Well, hello. I am here speaking with yet another very talented local musician by the name of Christian. Is it Pasiak or Pasiak?
Pasiak.
Pasiak. Okay. Well, welcome, Christian. Like I said, we're highlighting some local talent, and certainly within the Sault, I find we have quite a number of talented musicians. And just in some of our email interaction, you touched on something that I'm discovering is actually quite prevalent. Like, it seems like a lot of the local musical talent, there's a lot of kind of crossover, for want of a better way of putting it. Would you agree with that?
Sure, I definitely would agree.
Yeah. So now I know that you were part of a local band called Aug6, yes?
Yes, that was some time ago, maybe 20 years.
Well,
we could say.
Even so, though, you did achieve some notoriety with that band.
Yeah, absolutely. We played around Sault area a bit, but then we also ventured to Toronto. We played on CBC's Jonovision.
Cool.
We got nominated for a YTV Achievement Award, and we were semi-finalists. So we really got to play with some great bands coming through Sault Ste. Marie as well. So that's a great opportunity for local artists.
For sure.
To be able to get there with some larger.
What bands did you have the opportunity to play with?
Well, we played the River Rave way back in the day, so we got to open for Our Lady Peace and Treble Charger.
Cool.
And then there were a lot of punk rock bands from Southern California that were kind of big into the late 90s, early 2000s, and we got to play with a lot of those bands passing through town.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So what are you doing these days to keep yourself busy?
Well, I've just moved back to Sault Ste. Marie, actually. My family moved back in January from Ottawa. So we've been in Ottawa for 10 or so years, where I was playing with a band called Sleepy and the Noise.
Okay.
And because of COVID, we haven't been able to really kind of get together, which I think is a frustration for not just musicians, been especially hard on the musician and artist community, but people have found ways to thrive online as well. So we did release an album in June online. So that's called Fossils. That's on all the streaming platforms, Spotify,
awesome,
Bandcamp, Amazon Music, iTunes, like wherever you can get digital music streaming or purchased. So that continues to some degree with some online interaction. But then now that I'm back in Sault Ste. Marie, I'm kind of rekindling those old friendships, those relationships with the local musicians, many of whom are still active in different projects locally.
Very cool. Now, you did touch on something that I wondered about, because in speaking with some of the other musicians that I have been speaking with, certainly you see the online collaborations, which you touched on, which you alluded to, probably not even close to the synergy that happens when you're able to look at somebody and play with somebody. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think that part is difficult. The connecting person to person with your audience. I have some work experience as a lecturer at Carleton University, so I was also finding this in my other career path of lecturing, that it's very difficult for a lot of people in their work fields to continue on in this kind of post-pandemic environment where you're kind of taken out of your regular setting where you can interact with people, interpersonal, one-on-one. It's so different online, not being able to see the other person's face or trying to guess how people will be receiving something.
Right.
So I guess to some degree, people can remain true to themselves and, keep creating that music that's in you and that you can't really help but produce. So I think that's a thing for a lot of musicians is COVID didn't really stop anybody making music or art.
Right.
People just find new pathways for getting it out there.
Okay, so what's on the horizon then? Like what does the future look like for you musically?
So for me, I just had my second vaccination a few weeks ago, and I'm kind of waiting on some local musicians to get their second dose so we could actually get together in person and start some new projects. So I don't want to speak too much about those yet. They're still kind of percolating, but I have gotten reached out to a lot of my local friends who are in some other projects, and also people moving back into town. I think a lot of people are coming back because of the changing environments, different housing markets, right? So we took advantage of that at a good time to come back to Sault Ste. Marie.
Well, very cool. Well, certainly I'm going to be very interested in following up with you when it becomes time for that information to become public. In the interim, I'm just going to thank you for making the time for me here today. And I will be checking in with you again periodically just for information about when we can expect to hear something new from you.
Well, thanks so much, Heidi. Thanks for having me today, and I appreciate it.
First Local, supported by Northern Safety and Training, locally owned and operated. Get your DZ training for only $2,300 plus tax. Call 705-987-8460 for more information.
Welcome back to First Local with Heidi and Colette. I spoke with Tova Aug6, who is the artistic producer for the Fringe North Festival. The summer months are flying by and it is August already. And what does that mean? It's time for the Fringe North Festival. I am with Tova Aug6 today. Hello, Tova. How are you?
Hi. Thanks for having me here. So happy to be here this morning.
Oh, we're happy to have you. You are the artistic producer for the event. Let's talk about this planned event. I know it's virtual. I know last year was a smaller version to this year, but let's talk 2021. It's been a crazy year, and especially for these large events. I do understand there will be a preview on August 18th, but the festival itself is running August 19th to the 22nd. What can you tell me what's going to happen between now and the 18th of August?
Between now and the 18th of August, we invite everybody to be checking our website, going to our social media at Fringe Sue. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can come visit us, Fringe North, on YouTube, and start to get to know the artists who are coming. We have over 40 artists who've submitted content for this year that will be streamed throughout the festival.
Yeah.
And we've been doing podcasts. We have live streams getting ready to roll out. We've got all kinds of artist takeovers and little fun challenges with our hashtag Fringe at Home. Cool. So there's lots of ways to get engaged and really get yourself ready to Fringe with us this year.
Okay, let's talk entertainment, from drama to comedy, from music to clowns. What do we have? Who are the local participants this year?
I just have to say that I was blown away by the response to our call out for artists this year. It's been such a difficult year for creators to find a way to reintegrate themselves into what's become a bit of a digital world. And especially in when it comes to theater and live performance, I think artists are really having to reinvent themselves. And we saw that happening here. I mentioned that we have over 40 artists coming. We have 18 of those who are local to Algoma region, and the cross-section of content that's coming has made this truly a multidisciplinary festival. We have everything from submissions from within our local hip-hop community to creative young folks who are making theater, to spoken word artists, to all kinds of just creative hybrid work. We have some digital and visual art exploration that transcends into a performative aspect. It's really quite remarkable what these artists have done.
Well, what's remarkable is that you've created such an event, being virtual. There's a lot of behind the scenes and logistics when you're trying to piece together all these virtual components to make this festival work. And I do know that it is the most exciting festival in Algoma, from what I hear. I'm fairly new to the Sault, so I haven't been yet. So why don't you tell me, other than it being virtual, does it differ from years previous?
Sure does. Fringe festivals are a global movement. We are one of 300 that happen worldwide every year. Mm-hmm. And they are, first and foremost, live festivals. We're talking theater, we're talking buskers, we're talking people seeing people in real time. This is the first year that Fringe festivals have pivoted to digital, and it's the first time that we are doing it as well with Fringe North. Really was very challenging to try to bring the magic and the responsiveness of a live event to a digital format and framing. And I just can't stop cheering about the artists who've done it.
Right.
They took their work and they brought that magic. So, wherever you are watching through your screen, you're still going to feel immersed in this art. And I think that's really exciting.
I think art and culture is so important right now because we have been we've been so segregated. We've been on our own, quarantining and whatnot, and staying inside. And now we finally get to see people and doing fun, entertaining things, such as the Outspoken Brewery, the Club Community Wellness Center, Maker North, who we all love and adore here, and Sault Ste. Marie Museum. Now, if people want more details, where can they go?
So always come back to our website. You can follow us on social media as well. I mentioned we are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Updates are coming all the time. That's really the best way to get information, and we're trying to get it all up to date on our website as well. That's where you'll go to find ticket information. That's where you'll go to get the artist and show lineup. That's where you'll be able to find the PDF of our full festival program, which will give all the details. And we're just getting ready to drop those end of this week, along with opening up our box office. So all of that information is readily available.
Okay.
There is also a phone number for the festival if folks are challenged with, finding things online or don't have access to a computer. And we try to get that out. We'll be putting some posters up with that around, and we welcome folks to call us as well.
That's great. I'm happy that you're doing that for everyone, so that everyone can be included. Do you have any idea on your registration numbers, and how much are the tickets?
So one of the mandates of being part of the Fringe movement is that we are producing accessible, affordable arts experiences for everyone, for artists to participate, but also for audience to experience what we're offering. It means that at Fringe North, we cap our ticket prices. Tickets will never be more than $12.
Oh, that's awesome.
And artists get 100% of their box office proceeds, so they have control of what their ticket prices are. And audiences can feel good about knowing that when you buy your ticket, that money is directly going back to support the artist that you're going to see.
That's great. Tova, I really want to take the time to thank you for joining me here today. I think this is an excellent opportunity for people to come together here in the Sault, and we have some great stakeholders. I wish you all the success in the world, and I'm looking forward to the event.
Thank you so much. Really happy to be here. And, I hope everybody joins us at Fringe. It is going to be quite the festival.
Okay, well, I hope so too. Good luck with the event, and we'll talk soon, Tova. It was so great talking to Tova, and I'm looking forward to that festival.
Oh yeah, for sure. Such a great way for everybody to get together. Speaking of getting together, today we have Mikey Hodden, formerly of the Inner City Surfers, as well as Alan Watson, formerly of Room 206, to talk about collaboration between bands and some new and exciting things that are coming up for them. So welcome to this very special edition of First Local Mornings. I am lucky enough to be speaking with Alan Watson and Mikey Hodden, two very gifted musicians who did attain quite a lot of celebrity within our community as well as outside of it, particularly with their group Room 206. Welcome, guys. How's it going?
It's going very good, Heidi.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Alan is coming to us live from camp. Where is camp?
This is Haviland Bay.
Nice, Haviland Bay.
Ontario. Yeah.
Very nice.
Bay, yeah.
And Mikey, where are you now?
I'm in Toronto right now.
You are in Toronto. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Toronto.
Okay, so as part of that band, now I know that it started with a group of friends. I think Brad did say it was somewhere around grade 5 that you started connecting, but I think it wasn't until high school that you decided to kind of form a band. Is that accurate?
Yeah. Normally it wouldn't be coming from Brad, but I think, that's pretty good. We all met in grade school. And,
okay.
That was it. We were all buddies.
So were you all musical? Like, I mean, okay, that sounds like very whatever, but, I have found that, people with the musical bent, kind of tend to discover that early on.
Yeah, absolutely. We were just talking about it this morning with a few guys. With York, the music came naturally. His dad was always playing. With Brad, I can't remember a time where there wasn't some form of guitar or bass or sitar sitting on his bed. But from the beginning of time, I always played the drums. I don't remember, there was a very short period of my time before I where I was not playing drums.
Wow.
So it was all super early. Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
Awesome. So when did you first sit down and decide to play something together? Can you remember that time?
Yeah, absolutely. We all had bands.
Okay.
And actually, York was the drummer in a band called Electric Boom Juice, and Brad had a couple of things going. I had a little punk rock band.
Okay.
When 91, 92, music started to change quick, and there was this new sound kind of coming out, and couldn't put my finger on it, but we knew that it was time. It was kind of ours. The punk stuff felt like it was someone else's.
Okay.
It was older. It was cool. We could latch onto it, but it felt like someone else's. The rock stuff didn't make sense anymore. Our band seemed to go away. We started hearing sounds out of California.
Okay.
And then everyone just started to sort of nod at each other that it's probably time. Let's and there was no stopping us. We jammed before school, right after school, on weekends, whenever we could, whenever there was a free moment.
Okay. Now
at least once a day.
Yeah. Okay, so, and I think that it all started to gain a momentum specifically around an initial event, and I'm pretty sure that happened at the Windsor Park Hotel, yes?
I think what happened at the Windsor was, for a lot of people, pretty huge. It was the first time where, you could get outside of a high school dance, you could hear new music that would blow your mind,
right?
See friends,
right?
Sweating and playing. Yeah, the Windsor Park was massive.
Well, because if you started playing in high school, could like the local venues, could the bars even hire you to come in and play?
They tried. So Roman and Pilo still operate in the Sioux.
Okay.
They used to host a battle of the bands that would get younger bands out. But there were strict rules. I mean, we had to stay in the hallway. We weren't allowed past a certain point. So we did play in a few bars. One bar was where Quatra in Sault Ste. Marie is now.
Okay.
They brought us in. They had no idea what they're up for. It was one of the funniest gigs we ever had. But, we had to play our own shows. So we were not part of the bar scene.
Okay. So, you were gaining momentum, gaining popularity in the Sault, and then the move to Toronto, where you were able to collaborate with some well-known bands.
Yeah. Early on, we started playing with a lot of well-known bands because we were Sault Ste. Marie, and a couple new venues opened up. Like we met Trouble Charger.
Cool.
Greg Norrie's actually from Sault Ste. Marie. So yeah, we did a DVD with them, and it was early on. It was really early on.
Okay.
And a snowboarder went up. You clicked on the bottom of the board, it said Room 206, and it played a 15-second clip of one of our songs.
Wow.
That was a pretty big deal.
That's awesome. Yeah, for sure. Well, I want to give you guys an opportunity then to talk about the re-release, and it's the re-release of your initial offering to the public, yes?
Yeah, Room 2. Yeah. So basically, just what you brought up earlier, Heidi, with the Windsor Park, for me, that was, as cliche as it sounds, that was like a really life-changing moment for me. I was a 14-year-old kid and just like scared. Awesome. And I somehow ended up on December 3rd. I have the flyer still, so I remember the exact date. On December 30th, I ended up, 1993, ended up at the Windsor Park Hotel, just like I said, scared out of my mind, but had no idea what to expect. And it was a 3-band bill. Room 206 were the headliner, and it legit changed my life. I had never seen music like that. I'd never heard music like that. It was something brand new to me, and it was exactly what I was looking for. So
amazing.
Yeah, so I bought their cassette tape that they had out, which is exactly the cassette that we've remastered and is coming out on vinyl very soon.
Wow, that is so cool. Well, you know what? I'm really grateful for the opportunity of speaking with you both today. And as I said, I feel like this is a conversation that could probably comfortably go on for a long time. I will, again, thank you so much for making the time for me today. And I look forward to following the activity around this, the vinyl, and talking to you both again sometime.
Yeah, anytime you want to chat about it.
Awesome. First Local, supported by The Refinery, the leader in women's fitness and transformations. 624 Wellington Street West in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Call 705-255-8895 for more information.
Welcome back to First Local with Heidi and Colette. We have our last interview of the day. It is with Skin. It's not what you think. In partnership with the Government of Ontario, Myant is a textile innovation company out of Toronto and is so excited to announce the launch of a connected health garment program with the region of Sault Ste. Marie. I'm really excited to be here today with Frank Florio. He is the VP of Corporate Strategy and Business Development at Myant. Hello, Frank. I've been wanting to talk to you for a while about this project. How are you today?
I'm well. Thank you so much, Colette. Glad to be here.
Good. I just really want to get this message out. Like I told you pre-interview, when this came across my desk not too long ago, I was intrigued. Thank you again for being here. Let's dive right into it. I understand this is a pilot project. Can you just start off by telling us about the project and maybe why you picked Sault Ste. Marie for the pilot project as well?
Yeah, so it is a pilot and/or launch. We're calling it a deployment into the community of Sault Ste. Marie. We had put forward a proposal back when COVID started to the Ontario Together program, a funding program by the government for unique technologies that were to address COVID and other related issues, particularly around healthcare. And took some time to get that approved. But as we moved along and we continued to develop our product, we were looking for communities that resembled what the real world looks like for the best use case for the products that we'll talk about here. And communities like Sault Ste. Marie, those are more remote communities, smaller communities, really represent where a large proportion of our population resides. And of course, access to healthcare can be more challenging in those kind of environments. And so it was a natural place for us to look. Those kind of things moved in tandem. And when we finally were approved, it ended up being Sault Ste. Marie that we wanted to launch and deploy this product, and here we are.
Okay, so let's dive right into the project itself. This is so exciting. So it serves as a leading connector to the human body, this textile, is that correct? And it offers coverage for behavior. And can you explain the actual product as well as the app that coincides with it?
Yeah, I think getting to know what we're really talking about here is very important. And I have, if I can, show you just a quick example here of one of the form factors. So this is a chest band, and the band is very similar in any of our products. If you imagine an underwear or a bra, this kind of band is at the core of it, and is the core of our technology. And what you have here are textile-based sensors. This is an actual sensor here, one of 4 or so that are on the product that pick up electric signals from the body. So the physiology of your body is picked up through those textile-based sensors. We truly, at the yarn level, are able to develop conductive yarns that pick up these electric signals, and then we process them. We need to process those signals, and the representation of that processing of those signals is on the app, right? So there's where you visualize everything that we're reading.
Okay, so to measure your success, how are you doing that? How are you getting your participants? Who are your participants? And can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure, yeah. So we focus on, for now, aging population, right? And that's defined, technically as 55-year-olds and up. And there is, the reason for that is that often people there at least are living with one chronic conditions, maybe more, obviously. And what we're able to detect here at the core of the technology is your heart rate, and also then to read an ECG from that, right? But we're also able to detect your body temperature, your activity, location, sleep quality, all these things that matter to everybody. But certainly, as we get older, these become more issues of management of our healthcare and our well-being that we need to understand. So thinking about that population, we're looking to get about 2,500, if we can, users in that age group and throughout the whole Sault area. It's not just the city itself.
Yeah.
And what we'll get out of there is a real understanding of how this helps improve people's health and lives through what we're able to measure, and then also feed back to those individuals in terms of behavioral changes. What do I need to change in my life, if I'm not getting a good sleep? And so therefore, you can follow that and understand then what changes you might need to make to improve your health and wellness.
Okay, that's great. So again, unfortunately, we have to end this interview shortly, but I will be putting an article out with this, Frank, so that everyone here gets more information. But let's talk about the app itself. It is called Skin Connected Life app. Skin is with 2 I's. I guess we go to our Google Play Store and our Apple Store, and that's how we're downloading it?
Yeah, that's how everyone will be getting it. So as people sign up, and they have been already through the last few weeks, we've been present locally at the GFL Center and now at the hospital, the Sault Area Hospital, where people can come to a booth that we've got set up there and sign up with help of our individuals right there in place. Secondly, you can also go to www.skin with the 2 I's.ca and just simply get onto the page, and there's a Sault Ste. Marie specific page for this project where people can sign up directly just from their home computer. So you don't need to come and see us, although we are there. And we'll continue to be there. But certainly people can go to that website and do that directly themselves.
Frank, listen, I can't thank you enough for joining me here today. I think this product, this app, this everything is a fantastic idea. Hope for the future. And we are very excited here in Sault Ste. Marie to be able to test this product. Thank you so much, Frank, for joining me today. Again, you are the VP of Corporate Strategy and Business Development with Myant, and we will stay in touch. I think it's such a great initiative that it's coming to Sault Ste. Marie, and this textile clothing and this app. We're so in the future.
We are hip. We're with it.
Yes. Speaking of the future, it is the weekend. Enjoy it, and we will see you on Monday.